Yo! What is up, everyone? Happy holidays. It's Biker Babe Beth here. And today I'm gonna be reviewing the motorcycle boots that I have in my closet and give you a little background of the history of the companies that I am so lucky to own. Some of these motorcycle boots are relatively affordable and others are kind of expensive, but it all depends on the durability, comfortableness, and honestly, the type of leathers that these boots are made with. All right, guys, I'm gonna be reviewing 4 different boot companies today. First and foremost, Doc Marten, second, Red Wing, third, Thorogood, and then finally, we're gonna review Harley Davidson boots. I learned a lot about boots in the making of this video, which is a lot of fun, so I'm excited to share with you guys. So yes, let's talk about feet. No shoes, no. Most specifically, motorcycle related boots. One of the very few really important piece of protective motorcycle gear that kind of gets overlooked because we're always focused on helmets, jackets, pants, you know, protective eye gear, what have you, but we overlook one of the most important ones, the boots, the footwear that you have on. Because you can't just have on a pair of Vans. That's not gonna do it. This important piece of protective gear can either make you look really cool or really lame, in my opinion. So it's really important to pick boots that complement your style of motorcycle, your style of riding, and that ensures that you don't look really out of place wearing, you know, motocross boots on a Harley, if that makes any sense. I feel like, honestly, 90% of bikers settle for what's most affordable and what's most comfortable, and that's not always the best options because some things that seem more expensive will end up being more comfortable over time, and we'll discuss that more along the video. And boots aren't always just for fashion statements alone. Sometimes they look great, and sometimes they can save your toes from getting crushed by an 800-pound motorcycle. Ask me how I know. So, like I said, today I'm gonna go over a few different pair of motorcycle boots and why I personally own them, give you a short, quick rating, and then do a background about that company and where they originated from. Most of these are US originated, but one is not, and we'll go ahead and get that one out of the way first, which are Doc Martens. But before I do that, I know most of you are super loyal to a specific boot brand. And if you are, please do not get upset that I'm not mentioning that specific boot brand in this video. These are just boot brands that I've found aesthetically pleasing and that have been comfortable for me to ride with, so I've kept them and kept using them. But if you have a specific motorcycle boot brand that you want to hype up, please do so in the comments. Comment down below what motorcycle brand of boots you've gravitated towards and have worked for you. But let's discuss the boot brands that have worked best for me. So the very first motorcycle boot brand that we're gonna get into is my Doc Martens. I love Doc Martens so much, but first, foremost, before I talk about my review of the Doc Martens, I want to give you some background history about how this boot brand came to be. I don't know if you guys enjoy background history of things, but I'm a nerd and I absolutely love looking into this stuff and sharing it with you. If you don't like these review videos where I give you the history of things, tough titties. You're just gonna have to deal with it because I'm a nerd and I want to share all the info that I was able to gain from the internet today. With a little bit of research comes a whole lot of knowledge about boots and the few brands that I own. Doc Marten started in 1901 by the Griggs family in a small town of, and I'm gonna murder the name of this, Wollaston, North Hampshire, in the English Midlands. In post-war Munich in 1945, Dr. Klaus Marten, a 25-year-old soldier, created a unique air cushioned sole rather than the usual leather hard sole to aid his recovery from a broken foot. Martens made a prototype shoe, and then he showed it to an old university friend and mechanical engineer, Dr. Herbert Funk. This design caught the attention of the Griggs family and that company's current owners. Later on in the 1960s, the Doc Martens were born. Without any warning or intent, Dr. Martens were suddenly picked up by early multicultural ska-loving skinheads who proudly champion British working class style boots. Without music, Doc Martens would have remained just a workwear boot. The music of tribes of people that follow the Doc Marten culture has become inseparable from the brand itself. I personally wear these beautiful Doc Martens that are called Leona's Women's Vintage Smooth. These are heeled boots that range around $200, give or take. Find them more places, less others, but oh wow, these boots have done me well. Only because, and I can show you, these boots saved my toes when the gold wing fell over. Maybe I just am lucky enough that I have short little stubby toes that they don't go all the way to the end of the shoe, and these are not steel toe boots, mind you. The Doc Martens definitely, in my opinion, I was able to safely get my toe out from under an engine guard that had fallen and hit the ground. Woo! Thank you, Doc Martens. Due to these having such a tall sole, I am able to ride all kinds of different big baggers when I wear these Doc Martens. And they are my go-to pair of boots if I do plan to ride my Goldwing or rent a bagger for the weekend or something like that, which I have done before. These pair of boots have seen a lot of riding time for me. I would say not the first place for most ridden miles in, but definitely second place due to wearing them while riding the Goldwing. Definitely a great pair of boots. Really enjoy them. If you're a short lady and you want to ride bigger motorcycles, can't recommend a pair of Doc Martens like this enough. Honestly, these pair of boots have made it so this short little moto babe has been happy as can be being able to ride big baggers. Otherwise, I'd be a sad moto babe. I'm so in love with my Doc Martens that they definitely get a 4.5 out of 5 stars, for sure. Moving on to the next brand of boots that are really amazing and I adore them a lot, the Red Wings. Red Wings have treated me well. Their history originates in the US and they're rich in American culture, so let's talk about where they come from. Founded in Red Wing, Minnesota in 1905, Red Wing Boots is a family-owned business that creates lifestyle footwear and leather goods. They made footwear for World War I soldiers. The boots were called the Munson Army Last. In 1926, Gloria debuted as the first recreational footwear made specifically for women, quickly becoming a top seller. We all know why. Women love shoes, duh. Also, during World War II, paratrooper boots are produced for the US military under the label Sky Troopers. Many years after becoming internationally known and launching a more affordable work shoe line called Works. Do you guys want to know how Red Wing celebrated their 100th anniversary? By becoming record holders in making the world's largest shoe. And you'll never guess the size. 638 and a half. 638 and a half. What? Why? I guess because you can? That's a lot of leather. The Red Wing boots that I am so lucky to own were a gift from my husband, and they are part of the heritage lineup called Iron Rangers. Iron Rangers tend to be around $349. Not cheap, but a great Christmas gift for someone you love. Definitely worth every penny. Let me explain why. These boots have easily seen the most miles and road time on my Harley Davidson and easily have been the most comfortable. Don't get me wrong, if you look online and look up the Google searches, it will tell you that Red Wing boots are uncomfortable and hard to break in, and that's true. That's the only con that I can think of about Red Wings, is that the initial time to break them in is a little bit longer than what you would want for a regular boot. But once these shoes are broken in, it's like wearing your own special pair of leather gloves. The boots fit like a glove, I promise. I can honestly say these boots have seen 2,000 miles plus with me and my Harley Davidson. Through rainstorms and beautiful days from Michigan to West Virginia to New York and other surrounding states, these boots have really gone through it with me, and they've done amazing. Another con that I can think of about them though is they're not great for hiking in. If you have a destination or a spot that you're going to and your plan is to go hiking after, I would not recommend wearing a pair of Red Wings. I have walked miles in them, helping friends search for motorcycle keys, but walking miles in them definitely breaks them in. Also riding miles in the rain, another great way to break them in. Look at my hands! It's been pouring the whole time. I mean, like, pouring. My boots are soaked to the bone. Everything is just soaked. I can't say enough good things about Red Wings. These boots definitely get a 4.5 out of 5 stars from me. All right, moving on to the super stylish Thorogood boots and another USA established and born company. Let me tell you a little bit more about Thorogoods. In 1892, Albert Weinbrenner, a first-generation German immigrant, took over his father's cobbler shop in Milwaukee. Albert, who begun apprenticing at only age 13, which is wild to me, believed he was onto something with his vision for job-fitted footwear. Now, over 130 years later, Thorogood Footwear is an employee-owned company that strives to make footwear geared towards firefighters, public safety professionals, linemen, carpenters, or anybody else that works for a living, you know. Oh, also, motorcyclists, too. The pair of Thorogoods that I am lucky enough to own are the American Heritage 6-inch black Moc Toe Maxwear Wedge. These boots run at $249, which is comparable to some other workwear boots. Something to keep in mind, everyone watching, that Thorogood makes unisex boots. There is no female or male, it's only male sizing. So these are one of the smallest size of boots that they make, 5.5s, because I wear a 7.5 women's. So just keep that in mind if you're purchasing for somebody this holiday season, that the Thorogood pair is only in men's sizing. But these 5.5s fit me great. I like them. So just like the Red Wings, the break-in time for these boots is kind of rough. I've had them for over a year now, and I'd say I'm still breaking them in. I haven't rode very long with them, maybe 50, 60 miles, not super long. I'm not a huge fan of how they feel while I shift the bike. The Moc Toe is pretty large and boxy, and it tends to get stuck under my shifter when I go to shift. Let me know in the comments down below if anybody ever has that issue with their Moc Toe boots as well. I absolutely love the look of these boots, just not so much the feel of them. It can feel a little uncomfortable for me personally to break in that toe box. It's tough and hard leather, but that means it's gonna be good and durable for the long haul. Otherwise, pretty comfortable once broken in fully. I have heard great things about Thorogoods, and honestly, I really like the look of these boots, like I said. It's just the uncomfortable break-in period that you gotta suffer through. And that's a lot of good work boots are like that. Or good riding motorcycle boots. Also take a lot of time to break in that good tough leather. And one last thing about the Thorogoods, I would say that they're a little bit more tough to break in than the Red Wings were for me, but to each their own is the break-in period of nice leather boots. All right, guys, and now we are on to the very last, but not least, boot company that I wanted to discuss with you guys, and that is Harley Davidson boots. Harley Davidson boots were made out of necessity for Harley Davidson's apparel line, but I'm happy to announce they did partner with a company that makes relatively good boots. But are they the best of the list that we've discussed so far? Probably not. But excitingly enough, I did find out it is another American-made brand. Let's talk about what brand Harley Davidson partnered with. Wolverine Worldwide Incorporated acquired the license to manufacture boots with the Harley Davidson name in 1998. And since then, they have been one of the business's most successful brands. Part of the success is down to the quality of boots and the manufacturing processes behind them. So what I'm basically saying is Harley boots are Wolverines. Wolverine boots were established in 1883 by G.A. Krause. And in 1901, Krause managed to organize with the Rogue River Electric and Light and Power Company, and he brings electricity to Rockford, Michigan, where him and his family live. By 1903, Krause and his sons are making 300 shoes daily. And during World War II, the Wolverine Shoe and Tanning Company begins work for the US Navy, developing pigskin gloves. And little did I know that Wolverine also is the company that develops Caterpillar and Merrell boots. You find out something new every day when you're researching about boots. So I personally own 2 pairs of Harley Davidson boots. For them being one of the more affordable pair and styles, that's why I own more of them. The first pair of Harley Davidson boots that I was gonna talk to you guys about are these women's henna 6-inch. And unfortunately, they are no longer in production, but you can find them on Amazon stores or eBay or what have you for around $80 to $120. Very great, super comfortable boot, right out of the box. Have they been durable? Well, I don't know, you give a look. Let's see. I have actually wrecked in these boots. It was on a mini bike. I wrecked on a mini bike. Everyone, don't freak out. So I wrecked on a mini bike when I was in Milwaukee earlier this year, back in February. And you know what? These Harley Davidson boots held up just fine for the things I was doing in the cold weather. And you know what? I can't get enough of how comfortable and squishy they are. These are the cheapest pair of boots I own for motorcycle riding. And after trying on every single pair, riding my motorcycle, and recording some clips for you guys, I can say easily, these boots keep up and are on par with the comfort that my Doc Martens and my Red Wings have. But will I say that these ones will last as long as those will? Durability-wise, the soles are pretty great. They seem like they could be resoled, but the leather is not as good of quality. So that's something to think about. Price points do change what you get in the leather quality on your boot. What do I rate these Harley Davidson boots? I'm gonna have to give them good old 3.5 out of 5 stars. Honestly, they should be a 4 if it was given a little bit better leather, but I can tell by this grain that it's not gonna last as long as the Red Wing or Thorogoods would. The Doc Martens also are a pretty low grade leather. And then finally, the very last pair of boots that I wanted to talk to you guys about, because I think that these boots look so cool, seem so functionable, but in my opinion, they are not. Maybe this is just my opinion, maybe they're not wearing right on my ankles, but these are the Beechwood boots from Harley Davidson. These Beechwood boots are about $230. And hear me out, these look awesome for photo shoots. Really enjoy wearing them, but as far as comfortability goes, I cannot get these boots to be comfortable personally. Every time I wear them, it just feels more and more uncomfortable. Maybe it's because I have giant calves, maybe I should size up or something, but I got my normal size, and these things just, sometimes they're the most awful boot that I own. They're the most awful motorcycle boot that I own. And the only reason is because while riding, the ankle will start to bunch up. And a bunched up leather around your ankle while trying to shift and ride has to be one of the most uncomfortable, annoying things humanly possible. I love the look of these boots. I love when I wear them. I feel powerful and badass, and that's why everybody wants them. That's why everybody wants these stupid Harley Davidson boots, but I'm just gonna say it, don't do it. Personally, hasn't been worth it. The Beechwoods are beautiful, but these are probably the worst boots in my closet of all of my motorcycle boots. I have a lot of them. The Beechwoods just don't cut it. And if you have somebody who loves these boots and they have some reasoning that they can give me why I'm doing it wrong or how to make these boots more comfortable, please comment down below and let me know, because I have a lot of female rider friends that love these boots, wear them religiously around the whole country, and I just hate them. I love the look when I wear them. I hate the feel while I ride in them. And the whole point of having a nice motorcycle boot is being comfortable and feeling good while riding. And that's what I'm talking about in this video, guys. The Beechwoods probably get a 3 out of 5 stars. Just because they're aesthetically pleasing is the main reason I got them. But comfortable wise, they're not worth it. Maybe even 2.5. But we'll stick with 3 out of 5 stars for the last pair of boots that I just threw on the ground. Trust me, I barely wear those boots because they are a lot cooler looking than they feel. That is for damn sure. All right, guys, I think that sums up me reviewing the motorcycle boots that I have in my closet. Comment down below if there are a pair of motorcycle boots that I just absolutely need to have. And you're like, I cannot believe this woman does not have these motorcycle boots in her closet. What is wrong with her? I cannot believe this. Because I feel like these 4 brands cover a large variety of motorcyclists out there. And personally, that's why I gravitated towards these brands. And I just wanted to share my honest thoughts and opinions of them with you guys. Definitely check out the links in the description below if you're more interested in the products that I've discussed. By the way, I am not sponsored by any of these brands whatsoever. I just enjoy using them and I want to tell my viewers about them, plain and simple. All right, guys, if you are new here, make sure that you hit that like and subscribe button. Please comment down below what your favorite pair of boots are, or which pair of boots that you like the best that I showed on this video. Most importantly, I was sharing these different boots so you guys could get some ideas for what you personally want to gift yourself for Christmas, or maybe you have a female rider in your life that you know could use a nice pair of motorcycle boots to encourage more riding. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. Hope you have a happy holidays, and I will catch you on the next video. Peace out.